big bag, let me bang bang. Show me where your friends at, we can flip that. Let me put you on the game. 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 I'll show you where the red at, where the blue at. Show you where they flip that, where they bitch at. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game right now.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. The weather is finally breaking out here, which is crazy because we're on the East Coast and it's March. It really shouldn't be this nice here, but I already told y'all global warming is a thing. I just accepted it at this point, and it's crazy here because like 2 days ago, I got a video that I'm actually going to upload later on today that I recorded like 2 days ago. On that particular day, it was snowing / raining. I repeat, it was snowing / raining on that day. But either way, I'm happy that the weather is breaking. I get to come out here and chill on my rooftop deck. It gives a great aesthetic for the videos, in my opinion. I can invite the homies over, you know what I'm saying? We can have some drinks up here, watch the game, talk about the game. I can even pull the game out onto the deck and we can actually play the game. I can bring the ladies up here, have a nice glass of wine, bend them over the railing. They're like, oh, look at the view. And then they can... Nah, let me stop, because that's not even what we're supposed to be talking about. And I can also soak in nature, you know, hear the birds chirping, feel the wind on my back, get that solar radiation in me, build that light body, get that information from the planet. You know what I'm saying? That's more so for my spiritual people. But either way, none of that's what I'm supposed to be talking about. Right now, I want to talk about the importance of college with young men, okay? Because besides financially and the way that it can set you up to take off financially, college is also really important for your personal growth, okay, and your responsibility as a man, your maturity as a man. College matures you. Let me explain why. We have a big problem with Gen Z and millennials where we have what I like to call failure to launch. What's failure to launch? It's men who are 25 or older, but they still live with their mother or they still live with their parents, okay? Now, if you're still living with your parents and you're going to school to be a doctor, you're going to school to be a lawyer or something like that, that's different. But generally speaking, that's not the pandemic we're having right now. The pandemic we're having right now is dudes with no direction, dudes with no plans, just living with their parents, or dudes starting business after business after business, which I told you guys has an 80% failure rate, just hoping that one of them sticks to the walls, or at their parents' house trying to get a YouTube popping or something like that. No, you guys need to go to college because it gets you from under your mama's womb. Your mama ain't gonna be there to protect you, and it builds maturity and responsibility. It forces you to have personal growth. See, when you go to college, you got to make new friends. Because it's the same thing like with women. You have to reset with women. And let me tell you this. College is going to be some of the most fun years in your life, okay? If you really get out there and you embrace having to reset yourself on a personal level because you're in a new environment, and you just start talking to women. Because this is the one time where you don't really have to worry about having a lot of money, right? Or any of that crap, okay? When women are in college, they're exploring themselves, okay? They don't really have super high standards set up. Some of them do, yeah, but most of them don't. Everybody's pretty much just having fun. Everybody's partying. We went on like 3 different spring break trips. Everybody's sleeping with everybody. It'll be some of the easiest butt that you'll ever get from some of the finest girls that you will ever get it from, okay? So having that experience will prepare you later in life as far as how to talk to women, how to deal with women. And it'll also help keep you from getting jaded or getting into red pill rage, because in college you actually form real friendships with women, and now you'll start to understand things from the other perspective. So it helps you grow personally. Okay, so you gotta gain social skills, because if you don't gain social skills, you're gonna end up in the house all the time by yourself, which we all know isn't healthy for human beings. So it forces you to gain social skills and put you in a new environment. Most people don't go to college where they grew up at. Even if it's just 2 hours away, it's still away. But if you're someone like me, I'm originally from New York. I went all the way to Baltimore, Maryland for college. I actually ended up liking Maryland so much I still live in the DMV. Okay, but you know, I traveled a good distance. Okay, some people travel even farther than that. They go from New York to California, or from California to Texas, or whatever the case may be. So you're forced to make new friends. You're also forced to be financially responsible and grow up and mature financially, which is extremely important for a man, because at the end of the day, you can cut through all the talk. You might not want a housewife, But you're still going to have to be a patriarch. I repeat, you might not want a housewife, but you're still going to have to be a patriarch. Women's still going to expect you to lead. They're still going to want you to lead. They're going to want you to make the big decisions. And they're going to want to be able to rely on you as a responsible person who's going to always have what they need to have to keep the family functioning. And they should be able to rely on you for that. And college prepares you for that. Because even if you're staying on campus, right? You have on-campus housing, you have off-campus housing. So you don't necessarily have to pay for it because it's covered in your loans. Guess what? You're still responsible for getting yourself up on time every day. You don't have your mom or anyone there to wake you up and get you ready, okay? So the clock goes off and you cut the clock off, all right, instead of just snoozing it or whatever, and you don't get your ass up and you're late, that's it. The professor's not going backwards. College is just accelerated high school. Let me give you guys this, Jim. College is accelerated high school. Your first 2 years in college, it's nothing but general education courses. So if you pay attention in high school, especially if you take advanced placement classes, you can boost your GPA super high in the first 2 years. So that way, if you struggle when you get into your major, you'll still have a high GPA just off of repeating literally the same stuff you learned in high school. But anyways, you're responsible for getting yourself up on time, getting yourself cleaned up, getting yourself dressed, okay? You have to buy your own books. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending upon what your meal plan is, right? You might only have 1 meal a day based upon your meal plan, or 2 meals a day, okay? If you're lucky, you get 3, but a lot of students can't afford 3, all right? So now you have to start budgeting. If you're lucky, your parents can afford to send you some money, okay? In the case, my mom gave me like a monthly allowance with like, I think it was like $200 when I was in college, which if you've ever been in college, you know that that's not much. So of course I still had to work, but that's a good thing, because now if you want to party, now if you want to look fly and you want to look jiggy and stuff like that, like I said, unless you're extremely fortunate and your parents can afford to still do that for you, you got to get a job so that you can look jiggy. You got to get a job so that you can go out and party. You know what I'm saying? It's that responsibility and that maturity that's getting built. And then in some cases, like me, for example, when me and my boys, when we went off to college, we was like, yo, we're not about to keep paying out-of-state tuition. So we actually went, I linked up with some of my other homies who was from the New York area just like me, and we went out and got a townhouse so that we could get in-state tuition, which built up even more responsibility in us and forced us to be even more mature, because now instead of just working to have extra money to go and have fun, we was working to have extra money to actually pay bills, okay? So we learned all about paying rent on time. We learned all about paying electric bills, okay? Paying for cable, paying for internet. What bills can wait when you don't necessarily have the money? Which bills can't wait? Things like that. It built financial growth. It built financial character, okay? But besides helping you grow financially and putting up your responsibility by, like I said, having to set your own schedule and be responsible for it, because you miss class in college, they ain't waiting for you. The professor's gonna go. The professor's gone. They're not waiting for you. They're not slowing down for you to catch up. You're going to have to catch yourself up. If you don't know how to do something, you're responsible for getting your own tutor. They're not going to suggest it. They're not going to tell you to. You might get some professors who really care, but at the end of the day, they got like 1,000 students. They don't have time to individually worry about you. If you play sports, okay, you got to be dedicated. You got to get up. You know what I'm saying? Get to the weight room. Then you got to go to your first class. Then you got to go to your second weight room prayer. Then you got to go to your next class. Then you got to go to actual practice. Then you got to go to your last class. You know, you traveling, you on the road, stuff like that. Like, college forces you to be mature and responsible. Now, everybody wants to talk about college debt, right? Everybody wants to talk about, oh, college is invaluable because college debt and all this. Let me tell you guys something. Pick a STEM major. I repeat, pick a STEM major. If you don't know what STEM is, that's science, technology, engineering, and math. If you pick a STEM major, you'll be fine. Me, all my homeboys, all my homegirls, we were all in the STEM field, or we were in the business field. Like, I took accounting, one of my other mans took finance. That's cool too. If you're gonna go into the business field, make sure you're taking something like IT, finance, or tech, something that can actually give you a job. Do not go and take entrepreneurship or nothing like that. If you want to be an entrepreneur, get you a degree in something you can get a job in, and then just take stabs at being an entrepreneur. There's no class that can just make you a successful entrepreneur. It might can help, but it's better to put that into something that can actually get you a job. That's where people go on. But let me tell you something. You go to college, you get yourself a degree in the STEM field, or you go to med school, or you go to law school, you're going to be 5 steps ahead in the race of life compared to everybody else. I don't give a damn what anyone is telling you. Every single one of my friends I went to college with, we all make $75,000 or more. I repeat, every single one of my friends I went to college with, we all make $75,000 or more. So I don't want anyone to get, and what's a college loan? My college loans personally, guys, because I made sure I got in-state tuition, were only like $40,000 when I graduated. I've been making more than my college loans since I graduated. Literally since I graduated. And as is the case for most of my friends. Now, obviously, if you're going to go somewhere like Penn State, or you're going to go somewhere like Yale or something like that, you're going to have more to pay back. But most of the time, because of the brand recognition and the prestige of that school, you're almost guaranteed to get a higher earning 6-figure job. So you'll have it to pay back. So don't let college loans scare you off of going to college, okay? 9 out of 10 times, it's going to give you a financial head start. You're going to be way ahead of your peers almost immediately when you get out of school. Here's another gem for you guys who's still watching. Make sure you're doing an internship. I repeat, make sure you're doing internship, because where a lot of people get stuck not working in their field, or how it happens to them is a lot of people go to college, they get the degree, but they don't work any internship. So what happens is every job they want to apply for in that field requires a certain amount of experience, and they get frustrated because they're like, well, how am I supposed to get experience if no one will hire me? Well, they're expecting you to have experience because they were expecting you to do an internship. I repeat, they're expecting you to have experience because they were expecting you to do an internship, which is another positive of college. It's one of the best networking opportunities you'll have in your life. If you play sports, or if you join a fraternity or sorority, or if you join any type of college organizations, you're going to link up with a bunch of like-minded individuals, and you guys can put each other on. You can put that in your resume, and the recruiter might be in the same frat, or the recruiter might have been in the same club, or the recruiter might have played the same sport, and they'll put you on. They'll be like, oh, you went there, or oh, you were Alpha, or oh, you were Kappa, or oh, you're a member of NCNW, or whatever the case may be, and they'll put you on to the exact same thing. So it's gonna help you guys like in life as far as your networking opportunities as well. But make sure you're doing internship. Internships are very underrated. Some colleges won't even let you graduate if you don't do an internship, and some people get upset about that, but I understand why they do it, because they're trying to avoid you falling into that trap of, okay, I graduated from college, but I cannot get a job in my field. They're trying to stop you from even falling into that trap by forcing you to do an internship in the first place. So guys, those are all the reasons that I think you should go to college. It's going to greatly increase your maturity. It's going to greatly increase your financial responsibility, okay? It's going to greatly increase your personal skills, because you're going to have to talk to dudes and make new friends. You're going to have to talk to girls, and you know what I'm saying, to even have anybody to have any type of relationship or interactions with, or anything like that. You're going to have to actually talk to these girls. If you want a date or anything like that in college, you're going to have to open your mouth up. You're going to have to speak, okay? And it's going to be your ultimate networking opportunity on top of that, okay? Internships, like I said, sororities, fraternities, clubs, stuff like that. Now, there's nothing wrong with trade school. Y'all know I love trade school. But I also say this about trade school. If you have the college degree behind your trade, you will make more money in your trade pretty much no matter what your trade is. There's some trades where it don't matter, but most trades you'll make more. Like if you go out and you get a cybersecurity cert or information technology cert, but you have the degree behind it, that makes you eligible to go up to higher positions in the company, where now you're making 6 figures to tell the people who got the same cert that you got what to do, and you don't have to do it anymore. All right, so college is a great thing. I don't know why online they bash college so much. I don't know why all these dudes, college is gynocentrics and all that other crap. Listen, yeah, there's more women than men in college. How's that a bad thing? That's more women for you to blow backs out. What we talking about here? Y'all dudes think backwards. Y'all don't think like me. I don't understand y'all line of thinking. But college is a great thing. I suggest all young men go. You got to take a risk sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and do it. If you realize in the first year or two it's not for you, that's okay. You can reset. You can get you a trade, something like that. But I do suggest every man go to college. You have moments there between the homecomings. Like, the homecomings are so much fun in college, man. The homecoming games, the homecoming ceremonies, like I said, the spring break trips. There's so many things that go on in college, the parties, the toga parties and all that. There's so many things that go on in college that cannot be replicated or will not be replicated pretty much at any other point in your life. So I suggest all young men take that trip, go to college and have those experiences, okay? It's only 4 years of your life and you never get them back. I'm Alex and I'm out. Peace.